Hello, chess fans, and today we have a tactic. This is a difficult tactic. I think it's a level 10 on CTR, which goes up to level 20. And I'm going to guide you through solving this tactic. So the first thing you should do is pause the video, and it's white to move, and you need to win the game. Of course, you can win material, you can checkmate, whatever it takes to win the position. So go ahead and pause the video and try to solve it. It might take you 10 minutes, depending on your level, and you may never solve it. I think I had difficulty with this tactic, and I might have gotten hints before I eventually solved it. But I'm going to step you through, step by step, how you can come to the same conclusion and actually solve the tactic. Okay, so we're back, and let's take an overview of the position here. So the first thing we're going to note is that we have a knight here that is only defended by the queen. We have a queen and bishop attacking this knight. We have two knights that are obviously can jump into f7. We've got a queen eye in the e8 square, which appears relevant. We've got a bishop here, which covers this diagonal, but is blocked by the knight. We've got a rook here defending h7, and we've got a king in the corner. So maybe you might want to pause the video again if you still didn't solve the tactic, but let's get into it. So how would you go about solving this tactic? Well, the important thing is that moves fly in your mind. So the first thing you might want to look at is all forcing moves. Now, when you're solving tactics, you need to look at all forcing moves, which means checks, captures, and mate threats. So let's look at all the forcing moves we can think of. Knight g6, check. Of course, this isn't going to do much because the rook can just capture, or the pawn can capture. We have knight e6, which attacks the black's queen. That's a forcing move, but it's not going to do much because the bishop can capture. We have knight f7, which maybe gets a little bit closer. And we can see that the queen can capture, but of course he'll lose a queen and lose. So after knight f7, we could see rook takes f7. And maybe the first thing we'll look at is knight takes f7, queen takes f7. But we've only gained, we lost two knights for a rook, so of course that's not going to help. We can think of queen e8 check, another forcing move. But it's not going to help because we can just lose our queen here. So let's look at another forcing sequence that you should look at. Knight f7, rook takes f7. What about queen e8? This is what I originally thought might be leading to the solution. Of course, black can block with the bishop or the rook. And now we can look at another forcing move, knight f7 check. But queen takes f7, and black has defended perfectly. So what do we have left? Let's look at all the moves. Let's look at all the moves we can think of. We can think of rook h3, rook g3. We can think of knight f7, of course. Can we get anywhere there? And if you still haven't solved the puzzle, maybe pause it and think what's left to consider. Have we exhausted all the force moves? Well, knight h7 isn't going to lead to much. Queen e8. Queen e8, we can think of that. Rook takes, knight f7 check. Knight takes. But we're still not going to get anything. So finally, I'm going to reveal the solution, and you have your final chance to solve it. The solution goes like this. Knight f7 check. And if black plays king g8, then of course we can capture this rook, and we've already won the game. So he needs to play rook takes f7 check. Now, what else have we already calculated? Knight takes f7, queen takes f7. But there's actually a move here after rook takes f7 that is hidden. And maybe you can pause the video here and look for any forcing moves. It's difficult to see because it involves a piece that we haven't considered much. So yeah, it's just this bishop on h4 actually plays a role. And you can see that the queen is defending the rook. If it were distracted, then we would be able to play knight takes f7 check and pick up the second rook. So the move is bishop d8. And if you were looking at all the forcing moves, you could have come to this conclusion. Although if you're not used to that, it could be difficult. And you need to make the pieces fly in your mind. You need to make all these checks in your mind, and you need to see all this. You don't have to see it all right away, but you need to play through almost like a computer, just making all these pieces dance in your mind. So knight f7, rook takes, bishop d8, queen takes, and then we have knight f7, and we win the queen. And finally, where can the queen go? d7 isn't available because of the knight. e7 isn't available because of the bishop. So if the queen just went to like b6, then we can just play knight f7. And then after king g8, of course, we have queen e8. Then we have queen e8. I'm not sure why it's not letting me play that. Okay, queen e8. Bishop 8. We can simply take this rook. And I do believe that we have moves like rook g3, which will destroy black, of course. And so yeah, that's the solution to the puzzle. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. Goodbye.